très fort donc.
Coach le live de retour. Team de la session continue.
Des compétences entrées. Ça c'est bon. Ah non, putain. Je suis trop con. Je fais n'importe quoi. Ouais, espace, mais il est... D'accord. Si tu veux... Je fais n'importe quoi. J'ai fait n'importe quoi. J'étais pas dedans. J'étais pas dedans. Ça me gaviront jamais. Là, faut pas abuser non plus. Hein. Voilà, quand même. Ah frérot, abuse, mais moi je la mets. Ah frérot, putain.
Let's go! Yes, sir. That's the way I back up my game.
Putain, mais c'est la style d'animation qui me baise ou quoi?
What is going on, MP?
Parfait.
It's game time, MP. You ready to put that work in?
Je suis en mode équipe de foot là, the fuck.
MP said he woke up today ready to slay some dragons.
And getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus. You feel the energy. These guys are ready to go. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports. We've got some NBA action for you coming up. Alongside Greg Anthony, Coach Stan Van Gundy. And the upcoming schedule for the Mavericks. On Thursday, I'll be facing Steven Adams and the Houston Rockets. Then on Sunday, they'll defend home court against the Orlando Magic.
And that game against the Pacers, it's going to be their 7th outing on the year. You feel the team will continue to round into form.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. Davis is out there with Derek Lively. Then it's Exum, then it's Kyrie Irving, and it's Marshall in at the 3. And for Minnesota, Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Rudy Gobert is out there with Randall, and it's Jay in at the point.
I got him!
Back to Irving. Lets it go with the 3. Nailed
Bah
from
ouais,
three-point
il
land.
commence bien.
Irving's got the first 3 points tonight for the man. One thing Shamsier talked about, banning top 10 bid protections in trades. Why is that?
We saw Dallas absorb a big fine a couple years ago, but then they drafted Derek Lively, and it truly worked out for them. So if you're going to avoid that, maybe it's better to change the trade rules to avoid those kinds of incentives. But Dallas really, I think if they could do that over again and absorb the fine, they would want it to be double the amount the way that Derek Lively was the way that
Well, I totally agree.
I mean, could this be any easier for Gobert? The rim is right there.
Ça c'est beau.
First quarter of play, 1 minute play. And here is Marshall. Pass to Lively. Here's Exum. To the paint. Here's Davis. Julius Randle with the rebound. Here's Jay. He takes it in. He's in. Coming off an assist from Randle.
Voilà, comme ça qu'on les mène.
Randle with the right choice there, finding the open man.
And so just over a minute and a half played. Irving misses.
Well, this isn't the start they wanted. Need to just settle down and move the ball for better shots.
And in last year's playoff Shams,
D'accord, il a pas avancé celui.
and unable to play. What are some of the solutions that may be being talked about that you hear about?
people certainly ask if this is a result of the 65-game rule. Is it the more physical play? Is it the consequences of the regular season? The league is going to take a wait-and-see approach. This is an issue they have to fix, but they do love the results of what this has brought as far as player availability moving forward.
Yeah, they do seem sold on that 65 number, don't they?
100%. And at the end of the day, some of these injuries are flukish. There's a lot of constant lower body injuries. If you can't measure that, I think the league is going to want to see more data over the next 5 to 10 years to really
That is incredible.
like that.
C'est ça qu'on veut voir.
Got a lot of both.
Nice angle on that replay with the AT&T 5G flat game. And Jason Kidd is called timeout. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. You know, Shams, I don't know how many kids grow up thinking they're going to be an NBA insider. But clearly that is something that you probably thought about at one time or another. Did you think that was going to be your path?
Kevin, I knew at the age of 16 years old what I wanted to do, and this path I wanted to take an insider for the NBA because I love playing basketball, I love writing, and I had a genuine passion for transactions, for the behind-the-scenes stories, to be able to tell that story to fans. I feel like I am one of the fans. That's why I feel like I can relate to the fans, and so that's what inspired me mostly to take this career path that I take.
So connected. It is a pleasure reading you.
Kevin, appreciate you so much, and just know the stories will keep coming.
That's just an excellent save by Gobert, grabbing that rebound and getting his team a second opportunity.
Davis setting the pick for Marshall. Off target from outside. Minnesota with the ball. They're on a 10-2 run. And Hall of Famer David Aldridge spoke with Chris Finch. David?
Now, Coach immediately recognized the many talents of Kyrie Irving. One thing he pointed out was not losing Irving on defense. Coach said Irving is just as dangerous without the ball. We can't let him get behind us. We have to make sure at all times. Back to you.
Okay, David, thanks. When you look at the NBA, Shams, any changes you'd like to see?
To me, it's having players stay healthy. I would love to have a rule that players just play, and the top players are there playing the most meaningful moments of the regular season games, and allowing players to have freedom defensively. And the league can find plenty of other ways to discourage players, but to allow players to really be there in big moments, to defend at a high level. And I would just love to have a healthy serum that we can spread around the league and keep these guys alive.
Oh non, frérot.
Up top, Exum. Edwards defending. Davis kicks to Exum. Orlando. A nice shot by Exum. And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly.
Prestige, Kevin. They're about cold, hard cash. And every summer, we're going to see records set for the biggest contract in NBA history. Every summer that goes by, and that certainly has an effect on players wanting to play and players being in the lineup. Now with the 65 games played rule, there is an incentive for all NBA teams and different athletes.
Il n'y a pas le temps.
Irving is out there with Dante Exum. And it's Christopher at the three with the small forward. Dallas moving it around. Now Exum outside Irving. 6 on the shot clock. From outside the arc. Drains the three.
Wow, n'importe
Irving's
quoi.
got 12.
And Irving can change the course of a game with his ability to shoot the three.
That's to Reed. Here's Jay. Reed with a screen on Irving. Jay the pass to Reed.
No.
Timberwolves keep it alive. Now Gobert. Here's Jay. Drills the three-pointer. He's got 7.
And Edwards makes so many winning plays, including finding his open team.
And Shams, I've always wondered, watching you, reading you, when did you first fall in love with the NBA? And when did you decide to cover?
Really, when I was around 10 or 11 years old, I grew up in Chicago right as the Bulls dynasty was starting. I wasn't quite old enough, but I was old enough to see some of those scrappy Bulls teams in the mid-2000s.
Ah, si elle serait rentrée, j'aurais pas compris.
And then now being someone that's able to inform the audience.
You know what? I'm looking up and down this table. I think we all feel the exact same. But that one, good. James got the lead up to 8 now for the Timberwolves.
That's just poor defense there. You can't give up these kind of looks from the mid-range.
Here's Christie. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
I tell you, he has some impressive moves in his repertoire. That's as good as it gets. But just one of them.
He drives in. Jay, the pass to
Bah putain, non, mais il dégoûte. Il avance pas.
Washington with the dunk.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
A sequence like that really does sting. I'll tell you that.
Green with the screen on Irving. Jay, the pass to Gobert. And here's DiVincenzo from the arc. Number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
Yeah, nice read by Gobert. He's providing an assist. That is a big bonus.
And Jason Kidd is called timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Minnesota making some changes. Randall's checked in for Reed. McDaniels comes in for Edwards. And then Peter Alexander Walker in for Dante DiVincenzo. Then for the Mavericks, Davis is checked in for P.J. Washington. Marshall comes in for Christie. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Irving. And Shams, what an absolute delight it has been having you outside with all of us tonight. Thank you so much for taking time to join us. It has been a true pleasure.
Thanks so much for the invite. I can't wait to do it again sometime. I'm honored to be here.
Oh, we are going to hold you to that. Thank you again. Oh, wasn't that wonderful? Easy to see why Shams has so many sources around the game. He's so easy to talk to.
Yeah, it's all about relationships at the end of the day. Conversations come easily. That suits his purpose as a reporter. And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can't take a backseat for that time.
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
Ah, putain.
And it's Davis with the ball for the Mavericks. Trailing by 5. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
Yeah, I think they prepared to face
pressure.
And that one didn't happen, and boy, they just rolled.
And you could sense the difference in energy. They were keyed on, jumping on the stage. They just outworked it.
So far, this basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
So strong. Gobert just goes through the bump. You have to hammer him there.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
C'est vraiment
Average trail by 5.
Definitely got to use the clock here and get the right shot.
Yeah, but if you get an open look, you got to think about taking it no matter how much time is left on the clock.
Outside Davis. You can't get that one to fall. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even down early in this one. Minnesota on top. They lead by 5. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit.
Thanks for joining us through the first half. There is still some work to do for the Dallas Mavericks.
Limiting turnovers has helped. Give their ball handlers props. They've been smart with the decision-making.
They're certainly running the offense well. You know the coaching staff loves to see this. And now, here's the player of the week from both. And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to the second half with the call by Kevin Harlan and the crew.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room, because you're right. He's the problem right now.
On the wing. He's going by again. Julius Randle is out there with Gobert, and it's Jay in at the 1. That's Chris Finch's 5 as we get into the second half. And we're seeing some big paydays for NBA head coaches these days, Stan. Did you miss it?
What, Mr. Paychecks? That payday is always really good in the NBA. No question about that. What about now, though? What about now?
Ah vas-y, ils font pas les tactiques là.
The trade-off is the paydays are big, but there's not a great deal of job security.
Jay missing. Mavericks trail by 7. To the inside. Finish off.
And we've seen this movie before. Davis moves with authority and attacks the rim.
En fait, ils s'écoutent pas les tactiques.
Edwards looking it over. To the left wing. Here's Jay.
Ouais, ça rentre pas. Mauvais choix de tir.
The Mavericks shooting from the field, 44% not there. And finished off by Davis.
And really what they off the charts explosiveness. Davis just punishes opponents on those alley-oops.
Here's Jay. Getting points in the game so far. Fires the 3. That's good. Testing the revive on a 5-8 shooting.
And just no excuse, guys, for leaving a shooter like him open beyond the arc.
Well, we know, GA, the Mavs are so adept at hunting the matchups they want. They're patient.
Tu veux que je fasse quoi, ouais? C'est même mes coéquipiers qui me gênent. Putain. Puis ils écouteraient les tactiques là, correctement. Ah, c'est fou, elle rentre jamais.
We're always being physical defensively. I feel like we're a tough team, super tough. And Kevin, they certainly have the size to hold their own.
Always being physical, but David, that's their identity. And we thank you for the report. Davis sends it back.
Timeout.
We've got a timeout call from Chris Finch. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline.
Taking a look here at numbers for Anthony Edwards. Last season, he played outstanding, putting in about 26 points per 5 assists and 5 rebounds. And the phrase stats don't lie absolutely applies here. He's been a monster on the court for this team.
Yeah, he is clearly the kind of player you build everything around. Your plays, your lineups, it's all about setting this guy up for success.
La défense.
Timberwolves making a switch. DiVincenzo's checked in, and Dallas with a change here too. Washington's checked in. Here's Jay, and Davis pulls it down.
Mauvais choix de tir. Attention, dès que je fais un tir, c'est un mauvais choix.
Well, the offense has to look for ways to get him easier shots, better selection. You have to be set up for success.
Edwards against Washington. Here's Irving. Minnesota with the rebound. Gobert's got 5 rebounds tonight. With this stoppage in play, we have a chance now to show you which teams led the league in three-point percentage last year. In the third spot, the Timberwolves.
Well, last season, what stood out about this team was their three-point shooting. They shot a very high percentage from distance.
You know, when Rudy Gobert is down low, it strikes fear into the opponent. This is a guy who has led the league in points and rebounds at different times. Inside the ring, he is just a nightmare to battle.
Ah, mais c'est ouf.
Yeah, and he seems to have lost his rhythm all of a sudden. This has not been his quarter.
And Jay gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Here's Exum. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Timberwolves leading by 5. Jay, the pass to DiVincenzo. Shoots over Exum. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
Yeah, you expected him to make those. Good luck. Just couldn't find the mark.
A three from Davis. It's good from long range. Davis has got 7.
And over the course of his career, Davis has become a much better shooter.
Edwards passes to Jay. Screen. It's deflected. Pass break, Dallas. Washington finds Davis, and they're unable to get the time basket there. Here's Jay.
Allez, c'est bon, mauvais choix de tir, mauvais choix de tir, mauvais choix de tir. C'est bon, au bout d'un moment.
Davis surveying the floor. Doesn't go either for Davis. Minnesota's gone 2 of 5 with a 3-point shot since coming out of the break. And the basket by Jay.
Hey guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Outside Irving.
Zéro défense, il y a zéro défense. Un champ libre. Il n'y a personne qui me gêne et ça rentre pas. Oh là là. Et c'est ça.
How about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. Here's Jay. Target with his 3. The Mavericks have gone 7 of 13 in the third quarter so far. Just above 30%. Irving's shot is
Putain, mais ça rentre, mais n'importe quoi.
From the paint, this defense needs to clog those lanes.
From the arc, hangs on the trifecta. Edwards got 8 points.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
As we conclude the third quarter, what a game, neither team giving ground. Timberwolves. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass.
Alexander Walker comes in for Dante DiVincenzo. And Jay subbed in for Mike Conley. Dallas also making some changes. Prosper's checked in, and it's Exum in for Dinwiddie. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Here's Irving. And the call on the shot sends it over the line. Making it to the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, that equaled their deepest run in team history. Dropping that series to the Mavs. Minnesota has never been to the finals. One of 5 franchises who gets there.
So Davis sitting on the bench. Here's the five for
Putain, mais c'est incroyable, mais c'est incroyable.
Then there's PJ Washington. Then there's Christie. And it's Prosper in at the 5 from the paint. Exum hits for Washington. Carries it down low. And the Mavericks lead by 1. The Timberwolves have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Tries the spin move. Taken by Clark. Looking to get back on track here.
C'est incroyable, il n'y a rien qui rentre.
The Mavericks pull it in. The Mavericks are up. They've got mid to throw. Exum pass to Washington. Goes up with a strike. Irving misses.
I'm a bit shocked, honestly, that he misses that. That's his shot.
defended by Christie. That was good by Clark. Neither team here in the fourth generating a lot of separation.
Yeah, it's been a close one. 5 times the lead has switched hands thus far.
And Jason Kidd is calling timeout. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. Some changes for Minnesota. Rudy Gobert is checked in for Reed. Ando comes in for Clark. And it's McDaniels in for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Alton. David.
Thanks, guys. Well, I got a chance to listen in on what Jason Kidd was talking about with his players. He's not pleased with the perimeter game on both sides of the ball. He told his guys, we aren't working hard enough out there. We need to shut down the perimeter on defense, and on offense, we have to focus from good to great. Guys.
Thank you, David. Here's Jimmy. James following the assist from Randall. Randall's got 3 assists now in this one.
And certainly, they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep here in the second.
For Dallas, they've gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Irving. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Here's Edwards. Camacho from Edwards.
Wow, you need a bucket? Give it to Edwards. He's got that clutch.
Irving for 3. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert is getting rebounds in this game.
Mauvais choix de tir, il n'y a personne qui me gêne, mauvais choix de tir. Putain, que je sois en dessous du panier ou quoi, c'est compliqué.
Irving's got 25 points.
And make no mistake, Irving advanced the ball in his head in these moments. His confidence is off the chart.
Balls to Edwards. And for Gobert, catch it there.
Well, when you get bucket, you can go to the bed. High percentage scoring to help replace the
Here's Irving. Team right on. Again, Irving missing. Here's Jimmy. 3-pointers off the mark.
Ça rentre pas, il n'y a rien.
Stu Exum. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Bah vas-y, mais putain!
because he's so confident. He wants to deliver in these moments.
À peine dans la bulle.
For 3. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Minnesota's got 3 of their 6 rebounds to fall here in the fourth.
In the second half, it seems like they've given him the green light. Might want to rethink that.
Il y a rien.
Here's Irving. The shot comes out. Under with some nice deep. Here's Jimmy.
Mais il y a rien qui rentre, faut pas abuser.
Right side Eagles. Here's Exum. It's good.
Bon, allez.
Big time basket at a big time moment.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
Mais nique ta race, vas-y, c'est bon. Eh, sérieux là.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
C'est n'importe quoi. Qu'est-ce que tu veux gagner? Ah ouais, c'est de l'eau. Une chose à prendre.
16 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Gobert, the screen. Jay. It's in! And that shot brings them to within just one.
Ah, putain, la blague.
We'll talk about boys under pressure. Buries all of his free throws, and now up three.
Pour un autre 3 points.
Here's Jay. Handle a screen on Irving. Jay.
Et voilà. Nique ta mère, jeu scripté. Voilà. N'importe quoi. Nique ta race. Foutage de gueule comme ça. Putain.
Just gotta tighten up. You get him next time.
Ça dégoûte. Vas-y ta gueule toi.